I'm moving into a new house. It's my first home and I have no idea how I'm going to decorate. I tried drawing things out or even opening up The Sims to get an idea on decor, aesthetics, where to place the couch, the list goes on. Nothing seemed to stir my imagination, so I decided to get ideas from Midjourney. For those of you who don't know, Midjourney is an AI art generator accessible through Discord, and no, this is not a sponsor. You put in a prompt and it creates 4 unique pieces of art just for you that you could choose to upscale or get variety on. I had a great deal of imaginative fun just a few months ago, putting in prompts like fruits no one's ever seen before, or triangular sun, or Midjourney monster. It was so interesting waiting to see what the computer would present to me, and sometimes they even looked exactly how I was imagining. Other times, they succeeded my expectations. I figured if I generated general thoughts for the different rooms of my new home, Midjourney would show me something that I didn't even know I wanted. I had it generate images of the bedroom, living room, bathroom, kitchen, even the garage. Realism, fantasy, modern, chic, concrete, and abstract alike. Anything that would give me an idea on just how to style this place. For reference, I had a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house with a small backyard. The living room was a pretty good size, and the dining room and kitchen were all right. It was a nice little space for me. Didn't know what I was going to do with the extra bedroom, though. I wasn't planning on having a kid anytime soon, and not interested in dating at the moment. I wanted to have my own place first, before eventually marrying and having a forever home. Then, I'm sure I'd still need loads of help figuring out how to decorate. Looking at the images Midjourney gave me, some were underwhelming, but others were absolutely beautiful. I upscaled the ones I liked and got varieties on those I thought had potential. I found that when I upscaled, the image sometimes got more intricate details, or things that weren't quite there before. I ended up exhausting the free images, so I paid for a subscription and had a blast generating tons of images that gave me pretty great ideas. I placed the couch in the middle of the living room and hung the TV across from it. I placed a smallish table in the dining room and made that my little breakfast nook with a coffee bar against the back. The kitchen was easy enough, just placed my appliances on the counters. Because Midjourney had shown me cute little cottagecore-like images, I went out and bought some extra decorations like leaf garlands and hung them in the corners of the ceiling. I wasn't sure if the whole cottagecore aesthetic was my thing, but I was down to try it for at least until I got sick of it. All I had in my bedroom at the moment was, of course, my bed and a little desk. I went to upscale the images that would inspire my bedroom when I noticed something weird. I generated and upscaled an image that showed part of the side table right before the pillows on my bed. And past that was the bathroom. Now, in my room, the bathroom was actually in front of my bed. But that wasn't what unsettled me. It was the shadowy silhouette of a person with 2 little white eyes peeking out from behind the bathroom door. I reread all the descriptors I'd put in the prompt, but nothing seemed like it could generate something so creepy. I decided to brush past it and upscale one of the other images made in the batch. And that one also included a shadowy figure with white pinpricks for eyes. This time, across from my bed, standing exactly where my bathroom would be in the image, though now it was just a wall. I looked up at my bathroom, and then the wall where Midjourney first depicted the thing. Of course, there was nothing there, but I was deeply unsettled. I went back to looking at kitchen, living room, and dining room images. But every time I upscaled, I kept seeing my new shadowy friend in strange spots of Midjourney's version of my house. I left it alone for the rest of the day and played some Sims to calm down. Then, I tried to organize and decorate on my own, watching chick flicks and other happy movies. The day after, I'd gone out with some friends who all had never heard about Midjourney, and I explained it to them, completely forgetting about the shadowy creature that kept popping up. Some of them began trying it on their phones, and they absolutely loved it. They generated beautiful images of crystalline fantasies and cloud kingdoms. It inspired me all over again. When I got home and settled in, I opened up Discord and put in some bathroom props on Midjourney. The first batch painted some beautiful mint and seafoam colored walls with pink paintings, and the second batch gave me lots of seashell details. I picked 2 favorites and upscaled them, only to see the shadowy figure again in the corner. I tried to justify it, thinking it to be just the shadows in the bathroom, so I upscaled them once more. The first image I'd selected became darker and darker as I watched the percentage of completion move up. The shadow figure was no longer in the corner of the room, but now encompassing more and more of the image as it rendered. By the time it had reached 100%, the entire image was black. And that was just the first. The second image I'd chosen to upscale now had the shadowy figure in the center, and as it rendered, it slowly came closer and closer to the screen until the entire image was, I'm assuming, just of its face. It was too dark to make out anything, but it felt so tangible, as if it were staring right at me in the present moment. Now I was seriously disturbed. I went onto the Midjourney website and clicked on my gallery to look at my earlier, but brighter renders. But to my horror, I noticed the shadowy figure in all of my previous pictures, ever since I'd picked Midjourney back up to use for house inspiration. It was everywhere. Not apparent, but just subtly there. It would be peeking from behind a curtain or poking its head just past a kitchen cabinet, always with those 2 little white pinprick eyes. Consistently, which was kind of unheard of in Midjourney, kind of the whole point. I kept scrolling and scrolling, but it was a constant in my house images. And then I thought of something else. In the earlier pictures, it seemed coy, shy even, just barely there. But as I did more, it's like it got more comfortable. It started showing itself and getting closer and closer. I don't know what came over me in that moment, but I guess I was thinking if I could disrupt this glitch, as I was calling it to push my fears away, it would go away and stop existing. So on the latest image of just its face, I clicked to make varieties. I minimized Discord and looked through the gallery some more as the new image rendered. After a moment, I got the notification and opened Discord back up. This image was the most shocking of all. It was of the room, same as it was before the upscaling and varieties. No shadowy figure to be spotted. But in this version, the edges of the image were broken glass. At the time, I was so happy. The figure was finally gone. I went back to the pretty bathroom image that had been corrupted by darkness over-encompassing it, and made varieties on that. Like the image before, it was back to normal, but with broken glass around the edges again. I have a weird feeling now. I had it generate more images of the living room this time, but again, there was more broken glass around the edges. I generated images for the hall, for my bedroom, the front yard, all with broken glass surrounding it. And then I got frustrated. I typed in a nonsense prop that contained no glass, and still the image came out with glass edges. And then I generated one that was literal nonsense, a jumble of letters with no spaces. And that came out with glass edges too. No matter what I type in now, the image always has glass edges. I think I've just let something out.